Welcome back to the Creepy Archives. Tonight, we're diving into the eerie tale of the haunting of Room 217. This story comes from a Redditor who experienced something terrifying during a stay in a notoriously haunted hotel room. Let's get into the chilling details of their sleepless and terrifying night. Our story begins with a Redditor who we'll call Sam on a solo trip to a historic hotel. This hotel was beautiful, with its grand architecture and old-world charm, but it was also infamous for something else, a reputation for being haunted, especially Room 217. This particular room had a long history of strange occurrences and ghostly sightings, making it a subject of local legend. Sam had heard the rumors, but they weren't one to believe in ghost stories. They booked Room 217 out of curiosity, eager to see if the tales held any truth. When they checked in, the hotel staff exchanged knowing glances but said nothing. With a mix of excitement and skepticism, Sam headed up to the room, ready to settle in for the night. The room itself was ordinary at first glance, tastefully decorated with vintage furniture, a large bed, and a window overlooking the garden. But as Sam unpacked their things, they began to notice a strange, almost oppressive atmosphere in the room. The air felt heavy, and there was an odd chill despite the warm weather outside. As the evening wore on, Sam couldn't shake the feeling that they weren't alone. They tried to dismiss it as nerves, or maybe just the power of suggestion. Then the noises started. It began with soft, almost imperceptible sounds, like the creaking of floorboards or the rustling of fabric. Sam figured it was just the old building settling, but as the night deepened, the sounds grew louder and more distinct. There was a knock on the door, but when Sam opened it, no one was there. They started hearing footsteps pacing back and forth in the hallway, yet the corridor was empty. The most unsettling part was the cold spots, areas in the room that felt icy cold to the touch, as if an invisible presence was standing right there. Sam's unease grew into full-blown fear when they saw it. The faint outline of a figure in the corner of the room. It was just a shadow at first, barely noticeable. But it grew more defined as Sam stared in disbelief. The figure seemed to hover just above the floor, its form shifting and wavering like a mirage. Sam tried to rationalize it as a trick of the light. Deep down, they knew something was very wrong. Unable to sleep, Sam sat on the edge of the bed, eyes fixed on the shadowy figure. The hours dragged on, and the atmosphere in the room became more and more oppressive. The figure didn't move, but its presence was undeniable, as if it were watching Sam with a cold, unfeeling gaze. Every so often, the room would be filled with an eerie silence, followed by a sudden rush of cold air or the sound of whispering voices that seemed to come from nowhere. At one point, the figure seemed to drift closer, and Sam felt a deep, bone-chilling cold wash over them. It was as if the air itself had frozen, and for a moment, Sam couldn't breathe. Panicked, they grabbed their belongings and bolted from the room, leaving everything behind. They spent the rest of the night in the hotel lobby, too terrified to return to Room 217. The next morning, Sam checked out of the hotel, still shaken by the experience. They tried to explain what happened to the front desk staff, but their words felt inadequate. The staff, however, seemed unsurprised. One of them, an older employee, quietly mentioned that Sam wasn't the first guest to leave Room 217 in a hurry. They handed Sam their bill with a knowing look and wished them well. Sam left the hotel with more questions than answers. What had they seen? Was it really a ghost, or just the product of an overactive imagination in a creepy old building? Whatever the explanation, one thing was certain. Room 217 was not just another hotel room. It was a place where the past lingered, and where something unseen watched from the shadows. The story of the haunting of Room 27 is a reminder that some places carry a presence far beyond what we can explain. It's a story that leaves us questioning what might be lurking just out of sight, waiting for the next unsuspecting guest to enter its domain. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey into the story of the haunting of Room 217. If you found this tale eerie, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more unsettling stories from the Creepy Archive. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.